let's see what gallery mode has to offer. Ooh. Let's see. Nice concept art for everything in the game. And you can even zoom in, check things out. You know what? Confidential Project M. Now let's check out this stuff now. Concept art for Adam Malkovich. I like this piano piece playing right now. Anthony Higgs. I think he was my favorite of the Marines here. I don't remember what this guy's name was. I wanted to say that was KG, but no. I really wish I could read Japanese right now so I could actually read what all this text says. That kind of looked like it said Ted at first. Yeah, like zoomed out, those 3 letters above his hair kind of looks like the word Ted, but when you zoom in it doesn't. Kind of interesting seeing the concept art for these guys now. Oh, I think this guy was the one that wound up being the deleter who got killed by MB in the end. Or maybe it was one of the monsters, like one of the side hoppers, since he did have some scratches across his body. Oh, I think this might be KG. The real Madeline Bergman. Now, in this concept art, she kind of looks like my aunt. She definitely has a bit of a strong resemblance. And in a way, MB here looks almost like a scientist version of Samus. And, ooh, prototype versions of the hair clip. I think I like the one that they went with the most, though. Because that one actually looked like a hair clip, as opposed to the other 4 that look somewhat like an alien device. It's the Federation General that helped out in that dire moment. Was this one of the scientists from the flashback? Because other than that, I don't recognize this guy at all. Those exploding orb enemies. Huh, so it was intentional for them to do, even from the very beginning, to have them explode into dangerous substances upon defeat. Very interesting. I also like the kind of almost comic book layout that they have here. With these little drawings. This sort of stuff I can always appreciate. To see just how the thought process was for these kinds of enemies. This is so cool. Oh man, that has happened to me on so many occasions when I wasn't paying attention early on. Let's see. What were these? Oh, were these the flytrap enemies? Yeah, they were. They were. Yeah, that's them. That's them, alright. Chasing Samus. Ah, the side hoppers. These, I think, have been a staple since Super Metroid, actually. Oh man. Yeah, I really had a good time playing through this game, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching this series. And now I can finally you look at other videos about this without worrying about spoilers, because there have been so many times I've wanted to look at Let's Plays, reviews, or even just parody videos of this game, but felt the need to avoid them because I want to play this game for myself before I watch any of that stuff or take part in any of that stuff. Oh, hey, it's the dinosaur with a face for a butt. Has a bit of a rocky surface on its rear mouth. That, I don't think it looked quite like that in game, but it's nice to see where the intention was. I'm guessing that's supposed to be like what it looks like during its infancy. Oh, the zeros. I only know that they're called that because of the Smash Direct that focused on the Pyrosphere stage. That and taking a look at their trophies. But only the trophies, I never read the descriptions. Oh, I think these are the snow wolves. The ones that always traveled in a pack, like that, and... Huh. I don't think they ever used that move on me. But they definitely did that. Run from the wolf tornado, Samus! Oh man, this guy was really tough to beat at first, but then the screw tech just changed everything. So let's see. Hey, these things I think have been around ever since day one of the series. And heck, we even saw some of them back during my first adventure involving the Metroid franchise in Mega Man vs. Metroid all the way back then. I think that was like either my second or third LP. And yep, here's the Magdalites. Looks a lot more liquidy in this image than he does in game, but then again... And, oh wow, it actually has a skeletal structure, and man, that's a really expandable jawline. Yeah, that's kind of nightmare fuel material right there. Oh wow, it's even taller than Samus. Wait, I already knew that, since I fought some of them. But yeah, and considering that Samus is like over 6 feet tall, that thing it must be like 8 or 9 feet. At least the one picture there. Okay, that just looks goofy. Her falling right into its mouth. The artist really knew what they were doing and had a bit of a sense of humor here. Huh, the bottle ship. And the entranceway, what's this? Oh, this is where we first met up with the Galactic Federation. The layout of the room is definitely different from how it is in-game, but then again, this is concept art, and concepts only get you so far before you change things up for the full game. Ooh. Nice. Oh, it shows how it's just a hologram because of this little device here. Huh. That's so cool. I have no idea how many of these there are. Oh, there's 8 pages worth. So, let's see. Let's skip ahead a few. Oh man, this was the very first boss. Oh, so the eye was made up of a separate bug as well. One with an eyeball pattern on its shell. That's interesting. And it looked like it was the leader of the bunch. The concept art for Groot's evil pet turtle duck. Seriously, that looks like something that Groot would have as a pet. Also, something to note is that its face actually kind of resembles Ridley's face in the classic games, at least just in shape. These... Did these even appear in the game? I don't remember seeing these guys. Oh, but... Oh wait, yeah I do, actually. Right before I got to the diffusion beam, these guys were annoying. And here was the lava boss, who I had to freeze its hands repeatedly. And there's the Zygarde monster. Huh. Very interesting. Although, fighting it is another thing prior to getting the wave beam. There's the vehicle. Let's see. I believe this was Vorash. Yeah, I remember having to fish him up with my grapple beam. And apparently, during the initial chase scene with him, he's able to insta-kill you, and... Oh, I recognize this guy now. That's Nightmare from Metroid Fusion. It was kind of hard to recognize him at first, because I was seeing him from, well, not this angle. Since that's basically the only angle you ever see him at in Fusion. Maybe that's how he wound up getting there. They even figured out they'd be putting in like a crime scene sort of thing here. What? Oh, that was the nest for all those insect enemies that I took out. Vorash's arena. The desert area. Oh, concept art for Samus's design. You know, I kind of like this design for the Morph Ball. Sure, it's not the same classic design, but I like the coloration for it a lot. It really works well with the suit, considering it incorporates all the colorations for the suit into it. And of course her ship is awesome as always. I wonder what those characters on the ship's hull translate to. Oh, this is the inside of Samus's ship. Yeah, now that I think about it, during the ending scene where it showed Samus, Anthony, and Madeline riding in her ship, I thought to myself, so that's how big her ship is on the inside. It can seat 3 people. Because you almost never get to see the inside of her ship unless it's from the pilot's view. And Mother Brain, jeez. The only time she appears in the game outside of concept art is in the intro. The classic space pirates. The mechanized ones. The powerbomb guardians. Fighting them the normal way, the way that I had been fighting them throughout the LP, or throughout the LP, I only fought them at the end game. Fighting them how I fought almost every other enemy by just using the screw attack and my blaster, that is a recipe for disaster. Super missiles all the way, since they take them out in 3 hits. Unless it starts recharging. Oh, hey, it's the little birdie, and wow. It was a lot taller in concept. I'm kind of glad that they made him smaller to make him live up to his name that they gave him of Little Birdie. And here's Ridley in his awkward middle stage. Seriously, that is a derp face if I ever saw one. Oh, man. But yeah, this guy was kind of tricky to beat. Yeah, this really hammers in the idea that he shed skin and... Oh, wow. It actually shows him kind of molting out into this thing. And then the husk of the adolescent form, I guess you could call it that. I didn't know he could secrete webbing. So does that make Ridley part spider as well? And oh man, that is such a cool design. A lot less muscular than what they actually went with. But man, that profile view of his face right there to the left, that's just awesome. I feel like they overdid it a bit with the spikes on his arms and legs. Just the ones on his head seem to be enough, because his claws and tail are definitely more than enough to do the job. And then his dried out husk after the Queen Metroid drains him of whatever it is they drain people of. And last page of concept art. Oh, wow. Huh. I could probably spend hours just looking at these concept arts, but I don't want to bore you guys. Just a few more images and nice. Even thought up the last section as well for the escape sequence. As early on as the concept art stages, but then again, it's basically a tradition. There's her stun gun that she had at the end. Her flashback to her 3-year-old self. Ooh. Not sure I'm a fan of this haircut. It kind of looks like you could see your own reflection in her forehead with that kind of haircut. Oh, this is nice. Phantoon and his hands from beyond the grave. Oh jeez, the hands even have eyes in them. Oh, the Metroids. Yeah, I didn't think that they'd have, like, eyes or whatever those are on the inside there. And that's from when she encountered the Metroid hatchlings. I think this is like a little storyboard recreating the events of the ending of Metroid 2 right there. Oh, the Queen. You know, after the initial game over, that was a much more fair fight against that thing. But yeah, this is... I, for one, really enjoyed this game. And I'm not gonna watch all of this, but I'm just gonna see... Oh. Okay, so you can essentially watch back all the cutscenes in the form of a movie. Huh. Very interesting. And you can even rewatch the post-game cutscenes as well. That's really good. That's a good touch. I like that, and I like this game. I'm sure people are probably going to disagree with me, probably call me out for it, but honestly... Oh, okay. But honestly, I don't care. This is my opinion, my viewpoints on this game. I think it was well done. And that's all there is to it, to be honest.